a lot of Epenesa recently, and I'll just cut right to it. If he's there at 28, you take him. Imagine him on this defense. This guy brings heat, and I get into him, in some detail in the video. But let's get right into it. Iowa plays a lot of 4-2-5 nickel stuff, some 4-3 where he's the D end, some traditional 3-4, a lot of 3-3 stacks, so a lot of different looks, odd and even. I want to look at him inside. Here he is as a 3 tech. And I think that's where he's dangerous. I want to spend some time talking about that. One of the areas that he's dangerous. This length and strength, these heavy hands and this length inside. I also like how he keeps his legs running through this power rush. That guard right off the ball is done because he just can't compete with that quickness off the ball, that length, and then that power in his hands. And then he just continues to run him back to the quarterback. And I want to look at a few plays with him inside. Here he is at 3 tech as part of an odd front. We saw the bull rush against a guard earlier. Watch this. This is devastating, this push and pull that he's got inside. Gets separation, and then he's going to rip down and clear. I think one of the things that's attractive about him is his versatility as a rusher. Doesn't have speed, a great deal of speed or bend off the edge. He can win off the edge. He can go right through guys. And you're seeing an improved version of him all the time in terms of how he uses his hands. But inside, man, that's really attractive. The way we're seeing him dominate people inside in a variety of ways. Here he is against Purdue. Again, a 3-man front. Again, him at 3 tech. Pretty deep set here by this guard. Here we see yet another move, a different opponent. So 3 different guards. This does this stutter step. Gets a little high off the ball, I think, here. But does this stutter step to kind of get the tackle or the guard to stop his feet. And then watch this swatting with his inside arm. And then just getting skinny and finishing. He finishes pretty violently. Sometimes a little heavy-handed in terms of how he lands on the quarterback. But 3 different opponents, 3 different moves to win. Again at 3 technique, I think he's just too quick, too strong, and too long inside. I think he's a handful. Yeah, this is just burst. The guy giving him the outside. Coupled with that burst. A little bit of hands to get clear. Watch the center come over to help. Watch his upward rip. And then with his right arm, try to get the football out. So he wins really quickly there from the interior. And again, 4 separate ways in which he wins. He seems very natural rushing from inside. I mean, very natural. Just powerful hands, very explosive on the interior. He is a 2-eye. Here, watch this pop. Watch the left side of the guard's body go back just with that pop to the outside shoulder. Bam, right there. Gets into set outside just a little bit before that. And I can't tell. It looks like he rips down. But in any case, man, he clears that in a hurry. He doesn't finish this time. But as I said, he really looks dangerous inside. Very explosive, very natural, very easy from the interior. Let's look at him a little bit as an edge rusher, how he uses his hands, what sort of moves he has in his arsenal. This is just devastating here. I mean, watch what he does to the tackle's body. And it's a combination of this inside rip with his left hand and just violence with that club with his outside hand. Great ball get off here as well. He's very precise with his hands, with his hand strikes. Very powerful. You can see it's a similar looking rush to the last clip, but here he swats, a 2-hand swat here, really violent, clears both arms of the tackle, inside on inside, outside on outside. But it isn't just the hands that go away. You can see that there's a violence to his hands that pulls the tackle off balance. and he gets another hit on the quarterback. He is consistently having to run the gauntlet of chips and double teams, and watch him fight through this double team here to get some pressure on the quarterback. He does not have great speed off the edge. You hear that a lot, and I guess it's true. I think he's got enough to keep a tackle honest. And if you overset or overextend, as this guy does here, he'll beat you inside or he'll knock you back into the quarterback. Watch him get hands off of him and beat this guy inside. A little bit of a club with his inside arm too. Make light work of that running back. And then real athletic here. Gets a strip. It's another tremendous rush. Watch him get off this chip from the tight end. Just great effort, great hustle. Watch him get control of the inside arm here. Watch the tackle's arms right there. They're both at his side. He's got great length. When that happens, he's going to pop this tackle in the chest, and he does a great job of running through and keeping his legs running. You can see arms to his side because he is able to get the hands off of him initially. Right there, he's controlling his arms, swats him down, pops him in the chest, right under his pads. Good leverage, keeps driving. It's all over, all over. Keeps those legs running, finds the quarterback. Again, great hustle, great pursuit. That length is really hard to contend with. It's that combination of reach and strength off the edge that makes him hard to deal with. It's not just the length. He knows how to use it. You see him swat those hands off there and long arm this tackle. You see them use that technique a lot where he's able to keep tackles at bay, keep separation, and then do with them what he wants. Continues driving his legs. That's another thing. He does not stop his feet on a bull. Does a nice job coming off the ball here. You see him long arm with his inside arm. And then right on top of that, he's going to swat the outside arm of the tackle down. Read the play, try to get his hand in the throwing lane. What I like best about this is the back end of the play, just him chasing it down. Just shows a lot of effort here. Some hands up front, trying to get in the throwing lane, and then chasing the play down. You see right here what makes him so dangerous. If he gets a tackle leaning or opening up to one side, they could be in big trouble. Right here you see nice length here, kind of long arms the tackle, gets the tackle lunging, reaching for him, but keeps him at bay with that length, and then is able to just really knock him back. Again, he's into half the man here. He's overpowering him, then gets his hand outside arm on the shoulder pad. He's just killing this tackle back to the quarterback. That's a tremendous rush there. I think in certain ways, you'd like to see Bowser be like Epenesa a little more in his second year with his hands, with leverage. Also, notice how low he gets here. Notice how he gets upfield at first, doesn't come right at the tackle with this bull. And thirdly, how he gets into half of the tackle. And once he does that, he's just got the tackle off balance. He also keeps running his feet. And part of that is because he's into half of them. You go straight down the middle, you give the tackle a better chance to reset and get square. And he's able to kind of shed there at the last second with his length. Sees the quarterback pull the ball up or lift the ball up to throw. Tries to get in the throwing lane. And then that's pretty frightening. Gets the sack. Watch that again. Certain games he gets double teamed a lot or chipped by a back. Here you see him kind of work outside, beat the tight end inside. Then he gets the tackle to overset inside, assuming he's going in there. He pops the tackle with his outside arm right underneath the armpit. You see him really jar. He's got big, heavy hands there. And then he's really off balance. And watch him long arm him here. Here he is at 5 tech in an odd front, and we see him win inside. I think there's an opportunity for him to do that more. He has just enough speed where he can threaten outside. You can see the tackle here probably has it in his head because that's how he's been attacking him most of the game, and he oversets outside, and there's just that swat, and he's by him. Let's talk about him at the line of scrimmage, specifically run defense. Um, I've heard the word elite run defender or the word elite used to describe him as a run defender. I don't necessarily agree with that yet. I see him as extremely gifted and having traits and tools that, as he gets more experience, could turn him into that elite defender. But I see some inconsistencies in terms of play recognition. I'd like him to be more consistent getting off blocks. He does have a tendency to come off the line high or straight up. Um, he does tend to run himself out of plays at times, shooting gaps, particularly on the outside. And I think he's going to have to become more of a read and react type player should he be drafted by Baltimore. On the plus side, he has things you really can't teach. And just extremely strong, uh, great length to lock out at the point of attack, really difficult to move off the line of scrimmage. On this pitch, we see him engaged with a tackle and really not able to get off, but seemingly unaware of where the football is as well. I've seen this a couple times on tape, or a few times really, where he'll just chase the blocking scheme down the line here, not doing a good job of reading this RPO or staying home. And that could be that that's a coached pursuit for him. If it is, this backer's really late getting over. In other words, I think he's abandoning the edge there, and this turns into a big play. This is the same game, late in the fourth quarter, a one-score game. He runs right with the direction of the offensive line. This could be a coaching point. I don't know. I don't see how you do this. You surrender the edge twice the same way in the same game. He does not read this mesh. And luckily for them, this quarterback falls down in the backfield. But you see him make the same error here, unless this is a coached call to chase that way instead of staying home and staying square. Even though this plays away from him, you see quite clearly that he has the ability to control the man across from him. Gets into him, locks out, finds the ball carrier, and then rips and sheds there. This is just textbook, man. And this is exactly what you expect him to do in Baltimore. Control the guy across from him, find the football, set the edge, get off at will, make a play. That is promising.